We have a whole field of beautiful hemp plants, and these hemp plants create what is known as cannabinoids. There are over 100 cannabinoids that can be found within the cannabis plant. Cannabinoids can be found in other plants. They're found in cacao, so that's why when we eat dark chocolate, we feel great. But cannabis is definitely the plant that can produce the highest levels of cannabinoids.
CBD is a big buzzword in health circles these days, and survey data indicate that people are using it for a variety of issues, including mental health.
It is perhaps best known for its ability to reduce anxiety and promote happiness, but CBD's applications are seemingly endless. It's been successfully used to help with pain, insomnia, and depression. There are some reports that it helps with other medical conditions as well. Because of its wide range of uses, CBD-infused products are the fastest growing segment of the health industry.
THC stands for tetrahydrocannabinol, CBD for cannabidiol, but these are all compounds that are found within the plants, and our bodies actually interact with these compounds. Why are we having these reactions to them? It's all because of this system called the endocannabinoid system.
Physiology and how we keep ourselves in balance. We have a variety of endocannabinoid receptors, mostly CB1 and CB2, and they're located throughout the body. CB1 receptors are mostly in the central nervous system and parts of the brain. CB2 receptors are mostly in the peripheral part of the body, in the skeletal system, in the GI tract, and the spleen, and the testes, and the ovaries, and they control a number of other processes. We do make our own endocannabinoids that play a role in the things like mood and appetite and emotion and digestion and inflammation and immunity. But we could also tune up some of that homeostasis if we're lacking it by use of phytocannabinoids, phyto meaning plant. So we have plant-based cannabinoids, which we all know as marijuana.
The recent full legalization of hemp is part of the reason why some experts believe the CBD market will have a societal impact as monumentous as the tech revolution 2 decades ago. But to really understand what CBD is and why it has only so recently burst into such almost revolutionary prominence, it helps to know a little bit about the history of cannabis and the biology of its use. Cannabis is believed to have been used medicinally, recreationally, and for spiritual reasons throughout much of humankind's history. It's been used in some form by societies throughout the world. The oldest known written record regarding its use comes from almost 5,000 years ago in China. Ancient Greeks used it to dress wounds on horses and to apply to human nosebleeds. It was medicinally popular among Vikings and medieval Germans for relieving pain during childbirth and for toothaches, while Queen Elizabeth used cannabis to relieve her menstrual cramps. But only in recent decades have we come to understand how and why cannabis affects humans. The plant was largely excluded from scientific study due to its widespread illegality until the 1960s, when an Israeli chemist named Raphael Mechoulam was able to obtain confiscated hashish from police and study it. He elucidated the structure of THC and CBD, and then in 1992 made an even more fundamental discovery: the existence of the endocannabinoid system, meaning the ECS, in the human body. So the ECS is the body's largest system of receptors, and it's found throughout the brain, nervous system, and organs. It's been described as the molecular bridge between the body and the mind. Scientists have come to believe the ECS is among the most important physiological systems involved in human health because it regulates both mood and homeostasis, keeping internal systems balanced in the face of external stress and inflammation. He said that by using a plant that has been around for thousands of years, we discovered a new physiological system of immense importance. We wouldn't have been able to get there if we had not looked at the plant. So the implications of this discovery, including the burgeoning applications of CBD, are only beginning to take shape. In looking at the ECS, Mechoulam uncovered naturally occurring neurotransmitters called endocannabinoids that are structurally nearly identical to the phytocannabinoids found in cannabis. THC mimics these endocannabinoids, and binds to the 2 main kinds of receptors in the body, CB1 and CB2.
A normal marijuana plant has about 15 to 20% THC in it, and sometimes these days you're seeing them up as high as 25 to 30%. So THC is the cannabinoid found in the cannabis plant responsible for giving you that high effect. As humans, we use cannabis recreationally, but it can also be used medicinally. However, the THC that's in there is extremely important for what's known as the entourage effect. Terpenes are the smells that we get from plants. Lavender, for example, the terpene that's responsible for the smell of lavender is called linalool, and linalool is found in cannabis. So is something called myrcene, which is found in mangoes, also found in cannabis. So you're looking for terpenes to give you a full spectrum oil, as well as cannabinoids. And the most important, I think, for a full spectrum oil is the THC that's in there. So CBD, just like THC, comes from the flowers, the buds of the plant. And CBD is mainly used for the following 4 things: anxiety, sleep, pain, and inflammation.
Nothing's 100%. There's no chance of overdose using cannabinoids. The part of the brain that controls respiration can be impeded by opioids and cause overdose and death. There's no cannabinoid receptors in that part of the brain.
This is everything that happens to your body when you use CBD regularly. One of the most common reasons people start to use CBD is to manage pain. According to a 2017 study, the utilization of cannabis for pain can be traced back to ancient Chinese texts dating to 2900 BC.
CBD comes from cannabis sativa, which is the plant from which we get marijuana.
Thanks to the body's endocannabinoid system, CBD is able to relieve pain by attaching to the cannabinoid receptors in your body and reducing inflammation. Of course, that isn't to say that ingesting CBD in oil, gummies, or even muscle rubs will immediately take your pain away. Users and physicians often report that pain is reduced generally and gradually. If you use CBD every day, it's fairly likely that your chronic pain will be reduced, which makes CBD a viable natural alternative to pain relievers for many people. CBD products are often used to treat anxiety. According to a 2015 study, CBD was able to effectively reduce behaviors related to generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, and obsessive-compulsive disorder, among others. Although useful in treating cancer, chemotherapy tends to make people feel awful and causes certain stomach problems. Fortunately, according to Healthline, CBD may help reduce chemotherapy-induced nausea and vomiting, which are among the most common chemotherapy-related side effects for those with cancer. In fact, a 2010 study discovered that orally administered synthetic cannabinoids were actually better than dopamine receptor antagonists in fighting and inhibiting chemotherapy-induced nausea and vomiting. That's a huge discovery for cancer patients. Even if you aren't undergoing chemotherapy, daily CBD could help keep nausea at bay.
It's been shown to be effective applied topically in reducing inflammation and overall body pain. Some early studies suggest that CBD might help fight cancer and has already earned a place in overall cancer treatment for its ability to reduce nausea and help with pain. And the benefits of CBD appear to come with little to no side effects, according to the World Health Organization. They said CBD exhibits no effects indicative of any abuse or dependence potential, and to date there's no evidence of public health related problems associated with the use of pure CBD.
It's not an instant remedy. You're not gonna all of a sudden feel like on top of the world after a day of taking it. It takes commitment and it takes routine, and it's something that you have to make sure fits into your life.